Alright guys, so you passed the evaluation, congratulations by the way. But here's the truth, okay? Most people don't talk about getting funded is not the finish line. It's actually where most traders fail. Why? Because they don't adjust. They keep trading like it's still the challenge, right? And the prop firm rules don't forgive mistakes once you're funded. They actually punish you even more, right? Because you lose your funding. So in this episode, I'll show you how to actually keep your funded account alive and how to build a buffer so you can kind of trade stress free and start positioning yourself in consistent payouts. Okay. So passing the evaluation is offense. Keeping the account is where defense comes in. Okay. In the combine, you're trying to hit a target. Once you're funded, your job is now to protect that capital first and then grow second. Think about it like this. Okay. The evaluation is the sprint. Now you're running a marathon. If you blow up early, you're out for good. Okay, so the mindset shift is survive first, never break rules, build cushion second, slowly stack safe wins, then grow. Only after you've got your protection, which is basically a buffer, right? The number one mistake that traders make once they're funded is keeping the same risk as during the evaluation, which is the wrong move. Okay, in eval, maybe you risk 500 bucks per trade on a 50K account. In funded mode, cut that down. Okay, start with $1, $2, $300 risk per trade maximum. Even less is fine. 0.25 to 0.5% of the account. Why? Because funded accounts use trailing drawdown. That means if your equity drops, your stop out level moves closer, right? That's basic as hell. But one big loser basically without a buffer can wipe you out, and it can also wipe out your confidence, and then it can make you doubt yourself and stuff. And that's just a hole you don't want to be in. So rule number one in funded mode is reset your risk lower. The goal isn't to make thousands right away. It's to stay alive long enough to get to the thousands later in a safe and calmly manner. Okay, so let's define it. Right, a buffer is simply profit cushion above your starting balance that protects you from hitting drawdown. Right. For example, on a 50K account with a $2,500 trailing drawdown, you start at 50K and you immediately build 2K profit. Your new equity is now $52,000. Okay. Now the trailing stops follows at like 49.5. That gives you a real $2,500 buffer before you even touch the original stop out. Without that cushion, right? Every trade is high stress, and one bad move and the account's gone, right? With a buffer, you can handle normal losses and still breathe. Think of the buffer as kind of like your shield. It's not extra profit to blow, it's the insurance policy that keeps you in the game. Now, obviously, you kind of want to bring back at least the cost of the account and stuff as fast as possible. Once that's done, and once you build a buffer, you bring back your costs. Now you go a bit further, you go to like $54,000 in the account. From there, taking profits and like just trading in general feels so much more like a weight off your shoulder, right? It feels like it's easy now. It's not easy, but you get what I mean. It feels you don't start doubting yourself and stuff. You kind of just go through the motions every morning, and that is how you can transition into full-time trading, right? So how do you actually build it, right? Here's the playbook, right? Start small. First few days funded, take micro wins. Risk tiny. Aim from $200-$300 days. Don't swing for home runs, guys. There's no point. Okay. Trade only A plus setups. Okay. Now, really, really clean trades. Your most optimal trade. Forget B and C setups. Even an A setup, if it's not an A minus or A plus, they're account killers, guys. Protect your profits daily. If you're up 500 on the day, do not give it back. Call it done. Call it quits. Even if you're up 100, call it quits. $100 in a 1 hour trading day is still much better than a lot of jobs out there, okay? Call it quits. Stack small wins, okay? Four or five $500 win is still a $2,000 buffer. That's huge breathing room. That's amazing, actually, okay? Lock it in mentally, okay? Once you have $2,000-$3,000 cushion, treat your account balance like the buffer does not exist. Treat as if real balance is 50K. That way you never kind of eat into it, right? You always keep it clean. For example, on NQ, one clean short off like let's say a 15-minute FVG or whatever might give you $1,000. Do that twice in a week with low risk, and your buffer is built. That's all it takes. Okay, literally, it's as easy as this. It's easier said than done, I know, but still, the point stands. Once you get that done, the rest will all feel so much easier. Okay, so here's how I keep accounts safe. Okay, I trade the best hours, obviously 9:30 to 11 a.m., and I usually don't go past 10:30. Okay, maybe sometimes I'll look into PM or Asian, but it's like once in a blue moon. Okay, that's when the cleanest move happens at New York Open. That's just my personal opinion. You cannot agree with it if you want. That's fine. From my personal experience of 6 years, that's what I find best for me. 1 to 2 trades a day max. Once you're green, stop. Even if you're green of $100, again, stop. Over trading kills buffer, it kills account, it kills your confidence, it kills everything. Okay. I've made a lot of videos on it, but I truly believe that over trading is the number one killer of traders, not over leveraging. Daily stop loss rule. I personally stop if I'm down like one big trade, or like let's say my 2 trades. I will stop. I would usually, even if it's like a smaller trade, I'll decide when I stop. But usually you need to put a point in your trading and write it down in your rules, whether that's a dollar amount, whether that's a percentage amount, whether that's a number of trade amount, to kind of keep yourself from tilt and keep yourself from losing too much, right? You have to kind of be accept the losses. They're part of the process, and you have to be able to walk away even if you're at a loss. Journal every single trade. I write why I entered, how I felt, the outcome, what I improve, and basically everything all around that. Right? It keeps me accountable and it prevents me from repeating my mistakes. This routine keeps risk small, profit consistent, and just emotions under control is really what it is, and it kind of keeps you in for the long run, the long haul, right? Remember, the point of getting funded, guys, is not to brag. It's to turn in that all that hard work you did into a reliable income stream. Keeping the account alive is step one. Building the buffer is step two. Once you've got that cushion, you're ready for step three, which is consistent payouts. Okay. And that's what we're going to cover in episode three, how to actually withdraw profits regularly without blowing up your account. So to recap, reset your risk lower when you're funded, trade only A plus setups, protect your profits and build a 2 to 3K buffer before anything else. Treat that buffer like your shield. Do not eat at it. Okay, that is how you keep funded accounts alive long term. If you got any value from this, guys, make sure you're ready for episode three, how to pull payouts consistently. That's where the real game begins. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions about power programs, anything, drop them in the comments below, or join my free Discord. You can ask questions there. I answer every single question as fast as I can. And I love you guys so much. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.